You know what? I hate when people call me a fitness influencer. I might look like a meathead still, but I don't live my life like one. And anyone who knows me today knows my life and my lifestyle has completely changed over the last 3-4 years. I like scotch even more. I like to smoke cigars even more, but I don't restrict my food. I don't count calories, and you won't see me carrying around Tupperware of chicken and brown rice trying to eat every 2.5 hours. I spend about half the time I used to in the gym, but I stay leaner easier. I haven't lost any muscle. And most importantly, I'm 10 times healthier and a whole lot happier. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't follow any of the old fitness lifestyle rules that most people assume are par for the course if you want to get in shape or get jacked. Why is that? Well, because living that way for over a decade got me absolutely wrecked. It wasn't healthy. It was exhausting. And it led me to some pretty dark places in my life for a couple of years there. Hormonally, I was a mess. Felt like I was aging rapidly. I'd wake up feeling 80, woke up with daily pain, chronic inflammation, my gut health, my digestion. It was all a mess. And I got so used to feeling like crap, I didn't even realize how crappy I felt anymore because it had been years of just compounding. And the way I eat now, what I eat now, when I eat, it's a whole lot simpler, but more than that, it's 10 times more effective. It gives my body what it needs to actually work and fire on all cylinders. And I don't think it would be an overstatement to say the stacked diet method that I've come to now, it gave me my life back because I feel like a completely different human being, a different breed of man. And yet every single day I see more online coaches on social media preaching the same stuff I used to preach, that lifestyle I used to live that just isn't optimal, borderline malnourished, and puts you in a terrible place the longer you force it. Because newsflash, boys, eating chicken and egg whites and rice cakes and endless protein shakes and oatmeal with a dollop of peanut butter, broccoli, spinach, all that crap all day long, that isn't healthy. It's not a diet. It's not clean eating, and it's definitely not a lifestyle. That's an eating disorder and mental health problems waiting to happen because none of those foods that I just named are going to give you what you need nutritionally, metabolically, hormonally to be and show up as the guy that you want to be. And I lived it. I did all the typical crap for years, counting calories, trying to stay in some mythical caloric deficit, weighing out every macro, every meal, doing fasted cardio on the hamster wheel, cutting out carbs to get lean. Bullshit. I've eaten enough chicken and rice and egg whites and salads for 100 lifetimes. And I don't do it anymore. I don't eat any of that stuff anymore. And not because it was just exhausting, which it was, not because it wasn't realistic for the life I wanted, which it wasn't, but more so because that old perception of what it takes to get jacked and be healthy and build a great body is pretty ass backwards. And most diets are short-term band-aid solutions that leave guys worse off months later. When the dust settles, when the body finally clues in and says, okay, enough of this shit, leaving guys with a worse metabolism, lower testosterone, maybe weighing less on the scale, but not looking any better, usually just more skinny fat with more of a low T problem. And sometime 2019, about 10 years into my career as a nutritionist, I woke up to the fact that if I kept living this way, it wasn't going to end well. And what I thought I knew to be healthy, what I thought I knew, like what I had to do to get lean and jacked, all these things, it had to change. I had to figure out a different way of doing things, a smarter way to eat, a smarter way to design my days for success. Because as much as I wanted to still look like a Greek statue, I knew if I kept feeling worse every year like I was, and my health kept suffering as a result of doing things the wrong way, it wasn't just my physique that was going to suffer. Every single area of my life was suffering, and it got worse and worse until I couldn't ignore it anymore. My relationships, my business, my social life, and it just wasn't going to work anymore. And the stuff people think is the healthy way to do it, the traditional fit lifestyle, that's the shit that made me sick, made me depressed, miserable, destroyed my metabolism, my testosterone, made me a worse human being. And I hit rock bottom, and got lots of stories about that. I'll save that for another day, but it wasn't pretty. And I guess the reason I'm saying all this is if I could get things so backwards, even as someone who lived this stuff as a professional, a clinical nutritionist, a personal trainer for a decade plus, it's no wonder your average guy is so damn lost, so damn confused about what to do to sustain health and have healthy testosterone and get jacked and have all these things working the way they need to be working. Because no matter how much hard work you put in, it's not going to save you if you're working hard at the wrong things, if you're eating in a way that doesn't actually support your body and support longevity. And frankly, that's 99 of 100 programs, fitness programs that I see. They don't work because they can't work, at least not for very long. And things look a hell of a lot different these days. And that's a good thing. People are shocked when they see the way I live now. When they spend time with me and they see how many burgers I get to eat, how flexible I am. Frankly, my life doesn't look anything like what people assume the fitness influencer's life looks like. It's drastically different than the way I used to do things. It's so much more efficient. It's so much fucking simpler. I still maintain muscle, stay lean, easier than I used to. Don't have the constant ups and downs of cutting and bulking and all that shit. I feel better, got my energy back. My chronic pain, my chronic inflammation that used to be debilitating is gone. I don't wake up feeling 80 years old anymore. My gut health, my digestion's better. I just feel better in every single way. And it all comes down to a few core things that had to change. Unlearning a lot of the old BS, the myths, changing and ditching some old perceptions of what healthy or optimal ought to look like. Stopping a lot of the fit life, clean eating bullshit. I went back to the drawing board to really dissect the deeper foundational problems behind the issues I was having, and so many guys have. Why the testosterone decline? Why the unbalanced hormone? Why is my metabolism declining with age? And I had to set the ego aside, realize I had a lot to learn, and learn from some of the smartest doctors, scientists, coaches in the world. Started mentoring under these people so I could figure out a more realistic way, a better way to eat, train, design my life. Because that lifestyle that I had built back then, it wasn't the lifestyle I signed up for. It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't even healthy. And I'm not a regular guy, but I got shit I want to get done. I got goals. I got things I want to accomplish in my life. It can't just be about living in the gym and being obsessed about calories and macros. I don't want to live like a bodybuilder. And it's not even that I don't want to. I don't need to, and neither do you. You don't need to live like that to stay lean and have the body you want. A better way does exist. And I'm not getting any younger. I still want to look good, feel good for as long as possible. And that means doing things different, doing things smarter, not necessarily working harder. Because your metabolism doesn't need to plummet when you hit 35 or 45 or 50 even. It's bullshit. Same with testosterone. You can have healthier testosterone levels than most 25-year-olds at 55 naturally, if you know what to do. Modern Alpha Project is not about getting guys in summer shape or getting them ready for their next vacation. It's not some 12-week program. It's about showing you exactly how to build a body that can last, that you can be proud of, that you can do all the things you want to do in for the next 20 years. So you can live the kind of life you actually want. And it's really everything I wish like hell someone would have shown me 10, 15 years ago, because the last thing you need is another chicken and rice restricted diet or more bullshit fads being preached by some online influencer, living a lifestyle that looks nothing like yours, because life changes when you get the body running like it's capable of. The body leads the mind. And when your body is strong, when things are firing on all cylinders, it's a hell of a lot easier to show up in your life the way you want to. It's a hell of a lot easier to build the kind of life you want. And when you wake up with energy and you actually want to get out of bed and do shit because your testosterone's where it needs to be, metabolism's working. When you fix the root issues that nobody seems to talk about, it doesn't just change the way you look in the mirror. It doesn't just drop your body fat percentage. It changes the way you feel, the way you think, the way you act. It changes literally everything. And that's how you take back control of your life. Get your body working as it's capable of, maybe for the first time ever. And when you see how different you feel, how much better your life gets, you're not ever going backwards to the old version. Take care, guys. If you want to talk about joining Modern Alpha Project, how this all works, feel free to book a call. I'd love to just chat with you. Take care.